Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Jason again with Carolina Camper Van. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Hard to believe, it's been 1 year since we've had the van. So I thought what a great time it would be to give you guys an honest review and opinion of a Winnebago Solis after 1 year of ownership. I guess we'll start with why we chose the Solis, and then we'll kind of go from things that kind of broke on us or didn't go as expected. Then we'll go with I don't know, kind of a wish list, things that I wish that Winnebago would have already had in the van, and then we'll finish up with whether or not I would do it over again. So let's get busy. And yeah, sorry, I've got a tractor driving by real quick. Yeah, so why did we choose the Solis? Well, truth be told, we were actually going to go with another van. We were going to go with this company called Wayfarer, and they're based out of Colorado. And they're really a cool company, and what you basically do is bring them a ProMaster or a Transit, and they have a kit. It's like a CNC machine, and they have a custom kit. They put a bed in, a sink, some storage boxes, a little table, things of that nature. So we were doing the research on it, and the ProMaster was going to cost us about 45 grand for a new 2500, and the kit itself was about $10,000. So you're looking at $55,000. Pretty good amount of money. So sorry. Yeah, sorry. So that being said, yeah, we'd already bought our plane tickets. We were going to go to Colorado, and the week prior, I just was online looking, and I found a Winnebago Solis for $79,500. So I was like, okay, that's still a lot of money. But this other company was going to be $55,000, let's just say, and that did not include any electrical, no running water, no pop top for sure, no refrigerator, no stove, and a very important thing to us was some additional seats for our children. Didn't have that. So again, found that online for $79,500. When I looked at the Solis, I saw a price of $109,000, and that was just not feasible. But what we did is I contacted this automobile RV company out in Ohio, and they never got back with me, and they're the ones that had it for $79,500. So I was like, well, shoot. But then my wife was like, hey, I'm just gonna reach out to, or try to find a Solis somewhere. It's hard, supply and demand. At this point, you could not find them. So we ended up finding one in Chattanooga, and a brand new RV. It was a Camping World, actually. So my wife just sent them an email and said, hey, we found this van for $79,500. Would you guys be willing to match it? And they said yes. So next thing you know, we changed our plane tickets, because we already bought the tickets to go to Colorado, and flew to Chattanooga and picked the van up and drove it home. And amazing, absolutely amazing what the additional you got for that extra $20,000 is what it basically would have been, compared to the Wayfarer van. However, I will say the Wayfarer van has a completely different kind of niche. They kind of cater your van to get you to the destination, and then once you're there, you know, most of their clientele are going to go out, you know, like on day hikes, and the van is kind of like their base camp, whereas the Solis to me is actually a home, right? So it's a different. And I will put the Wayfarer vans in the description below if anybody's interested in that. Again, great company, not knocking the company at all. I just didn't think it was feasible monetarily to get a Solis. and it just turned out great. So glad we did. However, we have run into some problems, so I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys and show you what has happened with our van. And I'll kind of start with those little nitpicky small things, and then again go to what I wish they would have had, and would I buy it again? I don't know. So with that being said, let me switch out the tripods. I'm here solo today, so pardon me, but I'm gonna have to be doing a bunch of selfies and walking around and kind of showing you guys. But yeah, let me switch the tripods out and we'll get going. All right, thanks.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on.
Alright guys, so let's take a look at what broke, or kind of went a little bit wrong. So we'll start with just several of these little screws. You know, they get loose. These guys, you know, they kind of got loose, not all of them, but some of them. Kind of a bigger thing was our shower faucet. It broke, so I had to buy another one, but actually turned out good because this one has more pressure, so actually I like it better. It's like 20 bucks, so that was actually a good break. Let's see. Oh yeah, one thing that I goofed up on was, let's see here. It was real windy. We were in Utah and it was super duper windy. But it was really hot, so I was like, all right, I want to open these doors, but I don't want them flailing all around, because it literally was probably 34 mile-an-hour winds. So I was like, okay, I'm going to attach these guys so it doesn't sling off, smack the side of the van or anything. But what happened was, it was so windy that it actually ripped this metal bracket out of the door. So lesson learned, don't do that if it's windy. Let's see. Biggest thing we had was the coach switch, which is here. When we bought the van, the coach switch was on. We tested everything, you know, with the RV guy, the walkthrough RV guy, and that's another thing. Our RV guy was very nice, let's just say, but he didn't know anything about the van. So if you are going to do a walkthrough, test everything thoroughly before you drive away. Okay, that being said, the switch, it was on, so we tested everything worked. But then, you know, I get home one day and I'm just kind of cleaning up and I turn it off. You know, why not? I can turn it off and on. But then I couldn't get it back on. So I was like, crap. So thought it might just be the switch itself. So I went to West Marine and got a new switch. I put that in and it didn't fix the problem. So then had to call Camping World in Chattanooga, and the closest Camping World to me that actually does service is in Myrtle Beach. So it's about 2.5 hours. So I had to make an appointment, drive up to Myrtle Beach, and they deemed that it was actually the solenoid, not the switch. So of course they don't have it in stock. So then I have to make another appointment and go back about a month later, you know, and they did do the warranty work, which was nice, right? But kind of a pain in the butt. So just test everything and make sure that, you know, everything's working properly. Really the last thing that has gone kind of wrong, but it's not really wrong, but is I've been hearing a lot of talk on the Winnebago Solis and Wannabe's Facebook forum about a bulging freshwater tank. And I'm like, oh, my tank's not bulging, I'm fine, I'm not sure what's going on. Sure enough, I got a bulging water tank, and I'll show you what I did. And again, it's completely voided the warranty, I'm sure, but at this point, I'm at a year now. They're not going to warranty it, so not a big deal. But I'll show you kind of how I do a temporary fix on it, and it will work great as long as it doesn't continue to bulge. If it continues to bulge, I'm not sure how I'm going to approach it, but I'll show you what I did to fix my problem anyway. So let me turn this light on here. There we go. These out of the way. So problem for me is this wall here, okay? The tank, you can kind of see it wiggling, right? So it's kind of bulging this way. So what was happening is this wall, it was bulging into the wall somewhere at some point, pushing this pipe out, and it started leaking up here. So my faucet was leaking. So all I did is I took my Swiss Army knife, got the saw out, and just cut this little piece off here. Just removed that section of wall, then I just cut this back to size and then just tacked it back up. I know it looks like crap, but I'm not worried about that right now. But it fixed the problem. I was able to get this back tight, and now it's no longer, I can get my hand back there. It's no longer touching the pipe. So hopefully that fixes that problem. If not, I'll have to address that issue when it arises again. But yeah, that was kind of the main negative things that has happened with the van. And if you ask me, hey Jason, honestly, would you buy this van again? Yeah, for sure. 150,000% sure. It's allowed myself and my family to see so much and just spend, you know, good times together. And I mean, shoot, for instance, just within the year, you know, I'm here, you know, we've hit obviously these states. These are places that we've actually slept in. We've driven through a lot more states, but you know, all over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 national parks and national monuments. You know, I have more state parks than this, but I think we're at like 6 state parks. So it's awesome, and it's really good for my children. We have a great time together. So yeah, I would definitely do it again. It's been a great family bonding adventure type deal. So highly recommend it. You know, the Solis again does have 3 versions. You've got the PX, which has the generator and the AC. It's also 18 inches longer than the 59P. And I think the 59P comes in at 1911. So, you know, the other one's 21 feet or so. And there's also the Pocket, which is really cool. It's just a smaller version, but it does have the generator and the AC. So all good options. I think if I had kind of some wish list that I would have liked to have seen, maybe the cabinets. I kind of like those European style looking cabinets that, I don't know, just me. I wish they would have put lithium in instead of the AGMs with an inverter, but I don't know. I mean, for me right now, the AGMs are fine, but whenever definitely they go bad, I'll definitely put lithium in and think about an inverter. What else is one little thing. Can you not put me an armrest here for my passenger? I mean, the 59PX has an armrest. I'm not sure about the Pocket, but I know the PX does. And there's several videos that, you know, people have put one on, so it doesn't seem like the end of the world. But yeah, that'd have been nice. And then lastly, the only thing that is kind of annoying to me is I like the sliding windows. So when you're driving down the road, you know, especially for, like, you know, the kids' windows, you want those to slide. But maybe the back ones, maybe have them kind of pop out. So if it's raining, you can still vent the windows and still get a little cross breeze. I am working on kind of a little prototype to kind of plug in this section. We'll see how it turns out. That will actually give us some ventilation, but yet still keep water out. So keep you posted on that. And then lastly, the only thing is the top. You can't see it, but the top of the pop top is obviously made of fiberglass, and some of the paint is kind of chipping off a little bit. It hadn't impacted anything. Like the paint's not, I shouldn't say chipping off, I apologize. It's actually bubbling up, cracking, I guess. So it hasn't flaked yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. And, you know, I'll address that whenever we cross that bridge. But again, would I do it again? 150,000% yes. We've had a great time this year, and we're gonna have a great time next year. I think we have 6 states planned for this year coming up. And, you know, we both work full-time. My kids are in full-time school with cross-country and track, and we still managed to get out and see some really cool stuff. So yeah, I would recommend it, and hopefully this has helped you if you're interested in the Solis. It's a great van, and you know, things fail, everything's fail, excuse me. So again, you don't want it to. You spend a lot of money, you want these things to work, but when something doesn't work, you still have an awesome van. If all my electricity goes out, I can still turn my stove on with the match. I can still sleep in my van. I have lights I can bring. I mean, there's things you can do until you can get things fixed. So, you know, don't let that be a deterrent. I'm sure all these mass-produced vans, I don't think there's probably a company out there that doesn't have issues, right? It's gonna happen. Everything fails again. So, but anyway, I hope it helps you a little bit. I've been extremely satisfied with the van. It's exceeded my expectations, even with the little nuances that I've had. But yeah, highly recommend, and I hope you found it beneficial. And I will talk to you guys next time. And if you do have any questions or comments, by all means, put them in the comment section. And I try to respond to everybody. So it might take me a day or so, but yeah, ask me anything you want. And if I know the answer, I'll definitely help you out. All right, hope you guys take care, and thank you so much for watching. All right, bye.